You opened your bank app this morning, saw the number, felt that familiar cocktail of shame, exhaustion, and dark amusement, because let's be brutally honest, you're not bad with money. You're just poor. And in today's economy, poverty isn't a personal failure. It's a feature, not a bug. They've spent decades convincing you that if you just budgeted better, skipped your lattes, or hustled harder, you'd be fine. But fine in 2025 means choosing between your insulin and your rent. It means working 2 jobs and still needing a GoFundMe for your car repair. It means watching your emergency fund vanish before the emergency even hits. You've been sold a fairy tale dressed as financial advice. The story goes, invest in index funds, live below your means, and one day you'll retire on a beach. But no one mentions that the beach is owned by someone who inherited it, pays a lower tax rate than you do, and calls your side hustle inspiring. Here's the uncomfortable truth no one wants to say out loud. Financial literacy won't save you, because the problem isn't your knowledge. It's that your labor is worth less than a server rack in a data center. Seriously, a warehouse worker moves $10,000 of goods every hour, gets paid 15. A stock trader moves 10 million with a single click, gets paid $500,000. Both are productive. Only one is treated like a human being. And let's talk about side hustles. You're not building a brand. You're not an entrepreneur. You're subsidizing your survival while calling it ambition. Your Etsy shop isn't a business. It's a cry for help wrapped in handmade candles. Your Uber driving isn't freedom. It's indentured servitude with a 5-star rating system. The system doesn't want you rich. It wants you anxious enough to keep working, but not angry enough to stop. It wants you distracted by budgeting apps while your wages stagnate. It wants you comparing yourself to influencers while your rent doubles. It wants you exhausted, isolated, and convinced it's all your fault. Think about your student loans. You didn't take on debt because you were greedy. You did it because they told you education was the path to security. Now you're paying interest to a bank that received a bailout while you got a bill. Your degree didn't buy you a future. It bought someone else a yacht. And healthcare? Don't get me started. In most countries, health is a right. Here, it's a luxury you negotiate with your employer like it's a perk, not a basic human need. One hospital visit can erase a year of savings, and they call it personal responsibility. So when you feel guilty for not making it, laugh. Not because it's funny, it's tragic, but because laughter is the last honest reaction left. Crying won't pay your bills. Rage won't fix the system. But seeing the absurdity, that's the first step to waking up. Your worth was never in your wallet. It's not in your credit score, your job title, or your net worth. It's in your quiet refusal to believe the lie. Even when you're exhausted, it's in the fact that you're still here, still trying, still questioning. This economy wasn't built for people like you. It was built for shareholders, algorithms, and legacy wealth. And yet you survive. Not because you're exceptional, but because you're human. And humanity, by its nature, resists being reduced to a number. So stop blaming yourself. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just poor in a world that worships money. And that's not your fault. It's by design. Rest is resistance. So is silence. So is simply refusing to apologize for existing. This is Captain Still. Stay awake.